Not every financial wound that you have is a mother wound, but every long lasting, like lifetime long, like the core of your being is poverty and you cannot figure out how to get out of it. Those wounds, those are mother wounds. And it can be a mother wound from your current lifetime. It can be a mother wound from a past life. It could be from when you yourself, at a soul level, were a mother in a past life and it didn't go well, or there was some energy of some sort for you to carry forward into this lifetime because you weren't able to resolve it in that past life. I'm going through this in a very personal and profound way right now. I have lived off and on in lack, in near poverty for my entire life. And for a long time, I was like, that's just how it is. Everybody's broke. Who has money? In this economy, like, we're all struggling. And like, I was a college student, right? I was broke all the time. And then I was in grad school and I was broke all the time. And then I had just gotten out of school and was like trying to get on my feet. And, I had a big girl job and a husband who like contributed nothing. Why would I choose a husband like that? Maybe it's because I have a mother wound. Anyway, I digress. Why have I chosen multiple husbands like that? Leave me in a worse state after we go our separate ways than I was before I met them. Every single time. It's because I have an unresolved mother wound. Mine is from this lifetime primarily, but mine is also from my past lives. I have been through this, like at a soul level, like this lifetime cycle, this cycle of lifetimes where I have tried to figure out and understand and integrate my power as a divine feminine, divine mother creator. And the culmination of that for me is figuring out how to live in like a human body in this dualistic reality that we come into on earth in a peaceful and abundant way, because there is lack all around us. In this iteration of earth, like in this reality that we're all in right now on earth, there is lack everywhere you turn, everywhere you look. Everyone's broke. No one has money, right? But that is an illusion. That is part of the lesson in being here, is rejecting that narrative and creating your own, like the reality that you do want to live, right? To create. Creation is feminine. You get your ability to create and to receive from your connection with your mother, because in this iteration of your life, mother is source. On a 3D human level, your mother is source. And so if you don't have a healthy dynamic and connection to your mother, you do not have a healthy connection to source and all of creation in this lifetime. And that is the epitome, that is the crux of abundance in this lifetime. But the truth is that lack is the illusion. Lack is not real. Lack does not exist. Nothing doesn't exist. Something and everything does exist. And when we agree with the narrative that there is lack and that I am lack, that's when you start to experience the lack, right? And I realized at some point in my own journey that like, I was like, not everybody is actually super broken poor. Maybe it is just me. My friends from like grad school that we were like all poor and struggled together, and some of my single mom friends even, like they're doing okay. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not everyone. And then I let go of the narrative, right? I was like, well, forget everyone's poor and everyone's struggling and we're all broken and oh my gosh, in this economy. And like, let me just look at myself. How am I calling this in? How am I allowing this? Where is this coming from? And it's been, I mean, I still haven't figured out all the answers, but it's been a very long process of investigating my own relationship with my ability to receive. And I saw myself, I went into meditation, I saw myself as a soul coming into this incarnation. And when I entered into the space of my mother's womb, there was nothing there. It was a void. And I felt isolated and alone and scared because the energy of my mom wasn't present. She was so disconnected from her own self, her own motherhood journey, her own reality. She was so disassociated that her energy was not present to hold me and to catch me when I came into this lifetime. And it was terrifying. I was just in this void of nothingness when I, on a soul level, in a subconscious way, even not being born yet, not being conscious on like a 3D level, I was expecting for someone to be there, to have a safe space, to be connected to my source in the 3D. And it was total disconnect. And it was terrifying. And so I learned in that moment to hide myself, to pretend as though I didn't exist because I didn't want to be seen. I couldn't let my light shine in all of this darkness. Then it felt dangerous. It felt like I was going to be seen. And I was all alone. I don't want to be seen when I'm all by myself. That's terrifying. And that was the very beginning of my own struggle with being willing and able to receive in this lifetime. My mother was not present. Her energy did not exist for me to receive in the first place. Mother, is our practice for receiving. We literally physically receive from Mother our nutrients, our life force, everything when we're first conceived into this lifetime. And I didn't energetically. I had to physically in order to stay here. And that was our soul contract. I wasn't meant to just leave. I had to come here and figure it out. So I received from her physically, like in her womb via the placenta and umbilical cord and all that jazz. But energetically, I was completely cut off because she was cut off. She didn't want to connect. That didn't feel safe to her. And that was my, first experience with choosing to not receive. I just didn't want to receive. I didn't want to receive her. It wasn't even an option. And so I stopped my ability to receive her. And that applies to my ability to receive in all ways. And that's something that I am actively dismantling, honestly, over just the last couple of weeks that I've realized it. And it is the hardest work that I've ever done in my whole life. And so if this resonates with you and you've made it this far, congratulations. Thanks for listening. I hope you found something helpful in this. Give me a follow and maybe we'll figure out this whole mother wound, financial poverty wounding or whatever stuff together.